Hello friends of the channel, welcome back. I am Diehard 3.75 and in this video we're going to take a look at some of the Hasbro Epic Hero figures from the new Captain America Brave New World movie. They are the Red Hulk, Captain, and Falcon.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Okay, so let's quickly take a look at this packaging for the new Epic Heroes by Hasbro, Marvel Captain America Brave New World. As far as I know, this is all that is coming out for this movie in the Epic Heroes line. Hopefully there'll be some more, but I haven't heard or seen anything yet. At the time of me making this video, the movie has not come out yet. So they may be holding back a few things for spoiler reasons. I know sometimes, especially Lucasfilm does that with their Disney Star Wars movies. I guess it's possible Marvel Studios is doing that for this movie, but I'm not quite sure. There's not much to see with this packaging. We do have the Sam Wilson Captain here in the top of the package here, and over here we've got the Falcon. These two packages are almost exactly the same. You can see here. And then on the back. So nearly identical. The only thing different about these is this one here. This Red Hulk figure. He does come with this sort of melting door. Does call it Epic Gear. And there's a nice picture of the character, looks like from the movie. So that's the packaging. Let's get them open. Okay, so I've got the Red Hulk, Captain, and Falcon out of packaging, and I did already pre-assemble the feature play action part that comes with the two flying figures, and they both did come with directions. They are identical, except for the little image here of the figure. Very simple to do. Very easy to follow instructions. Not much to it. I won't be using these things for anything more than this video. Just to kind of show you how it works. They both work exactly the same. There's a button on this. There's a button on this side and a button on this side. They do the exact same thing. I think they were nice enough to do this for someone who's left or right-handed. But that is the action feature there. It does just slide off the figure like so. Now, I guess my biggest disappointment in this is the size of this backpack in order to get the play feature. So the wings are nice and they will move on their own, and you can even kind of lower them like that, so that when you push that button they'll come up partially. But I don't see really using this because I'm not using the play feature. I don't think I'll really use this. These are probably going to go straight into my fodder box, and I'm sure these wings could be repurposed for something else, especially for you customizers. Maybe you like this play feature. So there you go. You've got it, and the caps are the exact same way. Both buttons fits on exactly the same way. Just try not to knock over the camera. I did knock camera over one time already. Oh, there he goes. He actually came off the backpack. But you can see it's the exact same thing. Again, fodder box for me. Maybe those wings can be used for something though. Here is the cap. It does have a different sort of connector that I'm not used to. I haven't got any of the Epic Hero Captains, so I'm not sure if this is how they're doing it now. Used to sometimes have a peg and a kind of a moving arm piece. I did grab some Captains and some Falcons and some Red Hulk and some other Hulks that we'll do a comparison here after I get through these new ones. But typical Epic Heroes Articulation. So we've got, this is for all of them, we've got a ball jointed head, shoulders, elbows, knees, and these sort of look like used to be Mattel type hips, but those hips do allow them to go up a little bit, nothing really into the back. The ball joint at the knee does spin just like it does at the elbow. So not much to it, nothing in the waist, nothing in the wrist, nothing in the ankle, no thigh swivel. So, but remember, this line is fairly inexpensive, and it's meant for kids. So I don't, when I judge these or I do an overview, I really don't put these up to the same standard as I would an Acid Rain figure or a Joy Toy figure. I just don't think that's fair, and that they're really not the same audience, you know. I'm diehard, right? So I'm a collector, and I buy almost everything at this scale. But these are really not meant for me as a collector. These are meant for kids. And I think there's always just enough articulation in these Epic Heroes, just like the DC Spin Master stuff, that I'd be pretty happy with these as a kid. I think it's great, you know, to be able to go down the toy aisle, find a Spin Master Batman for $7.99, find a Captain America for $9.99, whatever it is, and you know, you can go home with two of the best superheroes. Didn't have that when I was a kid. Definitely not in the same scale. So this is nice. I'll say, you know, what it lacks for in articulation and maybe even paint, they do really sculpt a lot. I think you could see that. They just don't paint it, you know. But there's a ton of sculpting in these figures. And I really do like the design, this new design of this Falcon. I think it looks pretty cool. Now, for him, I wish he would have came with a couple of pistols. You know, he really needs some weapons. He really didn't have any weapons. I mean, they threw the shield in for Cap. I feel like they could have thrown in a pistol for Falcon here. Even when Sam, in the first movie that he's in, one of my favorite scenes is when he jumps off the helicarrier backwards with the two pistols, and he shoots as he's going down and he flies away. This guy needs a couple pistols, so that's a bit of a disappointment. But the sculpt, you know, the paint, it's pretty good. I like this guy. I like the design. It's a cool little figure. It's a cool little figure. Now for the Red Hulk here, he did come with this sort of melting car door. It's a nice little piece you can use for anything. Did seem to fit in his hand right there. That's kind of where it wants to really hold it. You can hold it in a couple other spots, but it seemed like that was the real spot to do it. And it's a cool little piece. Some translucent orange, some silver paint over it. This guy, you know, not bad, not bad. I got him thinking I didn't have a Red Hulk, and when I was getting ready to do this video, I dug out my old Marvel Legends and all my loose ones, and I found a Red Hulk. So we'll compare this one to my Marvel Universe Red Hulk that I had forgot that I had. Ironically, I couldn't find the Green Hulk, the really good Marvel Universe Green Hulk. I think I gave him to my son. I do have a small mint on card collection of Marvel Universe figures that I've had for a long time, and that includes all the movie figures and all the, you know, Marvel Universe, every iteration of the Marvel Universe stuff. But I stopped collecting them mint on card many years ago, but I never opened the ones that I did keep mint on card because I usually had doubles. So I know I probably have at least a double of that Green Hulk, but I didn't dig it out. But I did dig out some other sort of comparable Hulk figures so we can compare them. But this guy's pretty good. He's got good size. He's quite heavy. Same articulation. Good balance because he is so big. He does have some really big feet, but you can see you can stand him up pretty well. Size-wise, I think he's about right. Maybe he's a touch too small. Maybe he could be a bit taller. I think they got the bulkiness right. maybe even the length of the shoulders, but maybe he could be a little bit taller. But a good figure. I think if you're a kid and you pick this guy up, I think you'd be pretty happy. It's kind of a, not happy, not angry, just kind of a straight face. All the previews, the movie still hasn't come out yet, so all the previews he looks very angry, but they decided not to do that with this figure. You can almost see some veins throughout the arm. Did sculpt the toenails on the big toe. So not a bad figure, not a bad figure, especially I think at the price point. Not bad, and he's gonna fit in, right? He's in scale with those other lines that we like Star Wars Vintage Collection. If you have a Joy Toy figure, Acid Rain, we'll do a quick size comparison. But let me show you some of the other Marvel figures that I have of these three characters, and we can just do a quick comparison. Okay, first we'll do the Red Hulk comparison. This is the other Red Hulk that I have that I had forgotten that I picked up. I remembered once I saw him that I picked this up loose at a toy show. I believe it's probably somewhere in my Toy Hauls playlist where I picked this up, or when I picked this up. So I don't think I've had this that long, but this is the only other Red Hulk that I have loose that I can think of that I remember. And he's got rocker ankles. They don't work that great. Or maybe it's on a hinge. Yeah, it's on a hinge. But he does have a lot more articulation. You can see he's a lot bigger. A bit of a different red, and he's got the angry face. So you can see here, a kid, this is a kid line, they're not going to have access, probably, hope not, to eBay, that they're going to find something like this. So this is a nice alternative for a parent or a kid that just wants a Red Hulk. I'm not sure what these go for now. It is better. It is a better figure, more articulation, more sculpt, more paint. But I think this is still a pretty good figure for what it is. Now, when I bought this one, these came as a pair. I bought them together with this Green Hulk. This is not the Green Hulk that, the one that I'm thinking of that I mentioned earlier, I think my son has, is the really, really good one. Fortunately, I don't have it to show you guys, but this is one of the Hulks, and I think these mostly use the same body. Different head, different hand. I think this hand, different head, and I think everything else is pretty much the same. So size-wise, they're just a lot bigger than this new guy. This is okay Hulk. I think I really wanted him, but they were a pair, so I bought them together. The guy who sold them to me had them bagged together. This Hulk, pulled this one out. I do have World War Hulk that I didn't bring out. I saw him in the bag. And there was another one, another Green Hulk. I can't remember which one now. But I left that one. But I did grab this one because I always really like this one. This one, I can't remember. I'm not sure what iteration this one is. But you can see he's more in size with this Red Hulk. Again, he's super articulated like these two. But you can see the scale's a lot better. But he's a little bit bigger. I do really like this Hulk though. And then I just grabbed this guy, A-Bomb. I think his name's A-Bomb. I have the other one too, the green guy. I forget his name now. But they were kind of a twin pack of Marvel Universe. I didn't see him, so maybe he is with the other Hulk. But this guy A-Bomb, again, he uses a lot of he has the same articulation as these other guys. Again, his size is better though. You can see because he's smaller than these other ones, so he is nearly identical in size to this guy, but except of course paint, sculpt, articulation, a lot more on this guy. But again, I think these go well together. This is a good alternative if you don't want to pick this guy up and pay that extra price. And this guy's on the peg right now at Walmart and Target and GameStop, and you can easily find him online for for retail or less. So it's a good figure. It's a nice solid figure for what it is. All right, let's look at some Caps and some Falcons now. All right, we got Falcon here, and these are the two other movie version Falcons that I have. I do not have the red comic book or cartoon Falcon. I've never liked that one. I've never liked the design. I've always passed on him. So I don't have that one in my collection. I prefer, the more realistic figures. You can see here Sam Wilson as Falcon. This is from the first movie he's in. This is from Civil War, I think. I think this is, yeah, I can't remember, but they're both from the movies. These guns are not his. I think these are G.I. Joe guns. I was thinking about that, and I don't think any of these Falcons have come with guns. I did have these two guns stored away with him, and this one was in there too, and they do look to be the same, so maybe he did come with guns. I just don't remember. This was like a deluxe version, so you can see here he came with an extra head. He came with the drone that you can plug in that will fit right there, so it can fly with you. Obviously the detachable wings that articulate, and he also had a backpack that you can put the drone right there, and this backpack does come off to put that one on. This one is super highly articulated. He actually has a waist swivel, rocker ankles, double hinge knee. What the best feature of this one that these new ones really are lacking is he has the hinge underneath the chin. Now it's a little unsightly when you look up like that because you can see it, but he can actually fly. And with the hinge rocker ankle, he can put his feet back like you would think he would when you would fly. So this is a really good figure. I believe this was a deluxe figure that got really, really inexpensive and really cheap. I think I have a couple of them. But this is a really good figure, and it's probably worth tracking down if even if it's just for the buck, because it's a pretty solid buck. I don't think those guns are his, but they might be. And the alternative head is nice, goggled and ungoggled. So this is a really good figure. This one and this one are pretty comparable. These wings don't come off. Backpack does, but the wings don't. No articulation in the waist. Pretty much the same articulation as this one, but this one I think has a better paint, better sculpt, and I like the design of this one better. But those are my three Falcons that I have. So if I was ranking them, I'd say 1, 2, 3. This is always going to be the first one that I had, so it has a special place, but definitely outdated now compared to this one and this one. And unfortunately, you can see the regression from highly articulated Marvel 118 to kind of the epic heroes now that we have. But it's still on par with some of the older stuff. They've never always done this, especially that hinge underneath his chin, his head, his neck. They don't do that too often. So that's a really nice feature on this one. But it was a deluxe figure, so it did cost a bit more. All right, so that's the Falcons. Let's look at some caps now. Okay, and a quick rundown of the Sam Wilson caps I have, or caps in general. I kind of pulled some captains out because otherwise this would be really quick. This is the only other Sam Wilson cap I have, and this was, I think, in a comic 2-pack. I can't remember, but I remember being disappointed because he didn't even come with a shield. I can't remember if he came with the motorcycle or what this one's deal is, but you can see he's a lot bigger. He's a lot more articulated, but no shield. And this is more of a comic book version of Sam as Cap. You can see the design. This is Cap, so blue, red, white, and blue, star on the chest, goggles, but no accessories with this one, and I can't remember why. That's the only other Sam cap I have, but I do have lots of caps. So let me pull a couple out here for you. This is by no means all of them. I have a lot of caps, but I pulled out kind of the first ones I saw. This is from, I think, Civil War. This is the one that did come with the motorcycle. These two have the same buck, obviously different paint, different head, and this one came with the shield and the bike. This one did not. I guess the chest is a little bit different. You can see this one does have a leather strapping there that goes under the arm. This one does not. but mostly same arms, same legs. But that's a really cool cap. This is the cap. This used to be my favorite cap. This is from the first Avenger, the first movie. And this was, I think, the best cap for a long time. And he was pretty available for a long time. But this is the original Avengers, the first Avenger movie, first movie cap. And then, let's see, these two, I can't quite place them. I think, oh, are they Age of Ultron? I'm not quite sure, but you can see they have different shields, and they're a bit, they use some of the same parts, but there's some newness to them, and I can't tell, quite what it is. This one has a scuff on his nose too, but you can see the shields are definitely different. I prefer to like the caps that don't have the swashbuckler pirate boot. So those are the ones I usually buy and collect. I don't really care for the swashbuckling boots that a lot of the Golden Age figures or characters wear. Let's see if I can get this guy to stand, but I'm not sure what these guys, which movie they're from. They might be the exact same figure and I mismatched shields with them. I'm not quite sure. This one here is one of my favorites. This is a Marvel Universe cap. You can see he's got the combat boots. This is a pretty good cap. He's got the, I forget what this cap is called, but you can see he has the texture in the chest. But they got the good boot on it. So I really like this cap. His head's a little small, if we're comparing them all. But he's still a really good cap. Really like this one. This one might be my favorite one, these two here. And then just to kind of spice things up, I got two wannabe caps, almost caps. Got the Bucky cap. Got really thin legs, and he's got those boots that I don't like. But you can see he's pretty small. It's the Marvel Universe. I think he came in like a Toys R Us, a pack that had a light. And then the wannabe cap, the first agent, U.S. agent, and he is from the same line as this, the first Avenger, and he used a lot of the same buck, I think. Again, he's got the boots that I don't like, and but he is sort of a cap, wannabe cap-centric type character. So you can see there, and I think I have probably like 3 or 4 more different caps versions somewhere in the collection. But you could see only 2 Sam Wilsons, and I don't know if this one's actually better than this one. Articulation wise, it's not. I think I like the design on this one better, scale size on this one better. But that is my, there's some of my caps in my collection, my 1/18 3/75 inch collection. And now in conclusion, I can say, guys, these are pretty good figures. If you're a parent looking for figures for your kids, I would definitely grab these. Maybe I showed you a cap or that Red Hulk or one of those other Falcons that you want to get. I know they're readily available on that secondary market on eBay if you look them up. Maybe one of those caps I just showed you, you'd rather have that one than this one or one of those Falcons or that Red Hulk. There are other versions of the Red Hulk. There are more versions of Cap. There are more versions of Falcon. So, but these ones are readily available. They're out right now. The movie hasn't dropped yet. Hopefully there'll be more figures in this line besides these 3. I haven't heard anything yet, but maybe there will be. I'll probably check them out if they do. But overall, I think these are pretty good figures for what they are, the price point, the availability. I always say it's just enough articulation to have a lot of fun, but not quite what a collector, I think, what we really go for when we pose our figures and we want to take photos and dynamic, poses and things. These aren't going to quite get you there, but they're still pretty good. And for kids, I think this is, they're really good. It's a really good line. So there you go, guys. That's the video. I took these $10 figures and I made a half-hour video out of it. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you're going to pick these up in the comments below, or if you have some of those other Caps or Falcons or some other Red Hulks, let me know. Let me know if you're going to get these. Be interested to know if these are passes or buys for you. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.